a white woman falsely accused two innocent black men. White woman gets arrested. Now that's a twist. Put it a full mass. In Michigan, the St. John's police on Thursday arrested a 20-year-old woman who 3 days earlier claimed that she was the victim of an attack on a popular walking trail, the Lansing State Journal reports. Madison Mackenzie Wright faces 2 felony charges of false report of a felony. That's what I'm talking about. We've been talking about this since day one on Indisputable. This is according to the St. John's Police Department, who determined her story, quote, did not align with evidence accumulated to substantiate her statements. Wright's bond was set at $5,000, which is too low in my opinion. Wright told police, I want you to hear this story. Wright told the police she was walking by herself on the Fred Meijer Clinton trail just after midnight on Monday. Okay? This is late Monday. Quote, when she was confronted by 2 male subjects who approached her from a wooded area north of the trail, end quote. Wright said the men tried to grab her and added that one slashed at her with a pocket knife. This is quite an inventive story. She described the men as 6 foot tall. They were thin, wearing a black hooded sweatshirt or sweatshirts, black pants, and they had black skin. Everything is black, 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 and black. Wright reported the attack 12 minutes after she alleged it happened. In a statement, St. John's Police said the officers searched the area at 1:05 a.m. About 45 minutes after Wright claimed the incident occurred, they found no one. A follow-up investigation confirmed Wright had not been truthful, said police, who warned the public against believing everything they read on social media. Isn't that something? The irony of this. Ladies and gentlemen, I would say this is actually a bright moment. This is light at the end of the tunnel. This is an opportunity for us to actually celebrate an investigation taking place, a proper investigation, where the words of an individual who decided to utilize this fantasy story in order to incriminate 2 black men was investigated and thoroughly investigated. Here's a statement from the St. John's Police. The St. John's Police Department would like to assure the community that the safety of the city is a fundamental priority. The inaccurate and speculative social media post related to this incident resulted in significant concerns for the community. The department urges residents to rely on information issued by the department, which will be distributed in a timely and situationally appropriate manner. Police added extra patrols to the trail after Wright's claims. The next day, a woman posted on Facebook that her niece's friends had been attacked by 3 guys with knives and, quote, was lucky and got away, but was beat up and very traumatized. The post caused plenty of angst and some accusations that St. John's Police weren't keeping the public properly informed. Now, obviously, we're going to bring some updates to this story because the woman who the police have determined made a false allegation, usually that means they have damning evidence like possibly a video or recording that this did not happen. Her case has to be adjudicated. And so in that adjudication, we will follow it to make sure we know exactly what her motive was and what her, let's just say, contrary information that came out of this story. All right, Jackson, this is rare for a police department to come out and say, hey, listen, actually, we investigated. There's nothing here. And the information is inaccurate. And then they charge the person with the right charge, making a false felony report. What say you?
Yeah, and I think that's why it's extra important that we highlight this so that we can spread the word that you might get in trouble for doing things like this. Because on the one hand, the fact that she thought that she could get away with falsely accusing two black men because they're black and black people do this type of stuff, that says a lot about the culture, but also the privilege. But in addition, I agree that the bail wasn't set high enough because everything would have been cool if their lives had been ruined or if someone else's lives had been ruined, but not hers. So just the fact that you got to face a little bit of consequences because it's pretty messed up to do something like that to somebody. This goes beyond like, oh, I stole a little bit of money from someone, or maybe you broke whatever it is. Like,
Yeah.
you could actually get people in prison for things like this. So that would have been cool. So it was just pretty lame through and through. And I'm glad that she got caught.
Yeah, and it's calculated and malicious. It's the reason why we feel that bond is set too low when you go out of your way to commit such a ridiculous and, yes, life-shattering crime against another human being.